Joining us now is Oji Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Oji.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good morning, Oji.
Good morning, Tundun. How are you?
Great, thank you.
You look lovely today.
So do you, darling.
Thank you.
As always.
As always, yes. Good morning, Rufai. How are you?
Hi, Oji. How are you? Morning.
I'm doing well. Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending in Nigeria. The governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, has come under fire on social media for allegedly saying that he rejects the result of Saturday's governorship election in Edo State. In a statement that circulated on social media, the governor was reported to have accused the Independent National Electoral Commission of sabotaging the system, making it difficult for the APC votes to count, further stating that the APC is gathering evidence to challenge the result. While reacting to the statement, many Nigerians on Twitter berated the governor and tagged him the Supreme Court governor. Now, before we take some reactions from Twitter, let's take a look at this video of Obaseki's supporters celebrating his victory. I mean, look at that crowd. I mean, it is amazing to see that type of support. And also, it just goes to show that, you know, these people are really, really excited about Obaseki's, election. And the fact is, I don't understand why people are still complaining about the results here. Everyone has been saying that this is one of the freest and fairest elections in Nigerian history. Even more recently, the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai, said that he was surprised because, opinion polls showed that the APC was going to win. But, let's take a quick reaction before we come back for a discussion with Hope Uzodinma's comments. We'll take a tweet from an Okon who wrote, Nigerians rejoicing over the outcome of the Edo elections should not forget that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is a super INEC with extraordinary powers to rubbish the will of Nigerian people. It can impose a Hope Uzodinma or Yahaya Bello on Edo State. I mean, I thought this was quite cheeky, it's quite funny. But a lot of people are just upset because, if the report is true, because I read somewhere that, the chief press secretary to the governor of Imo State had rejected that report saying that, Hope Uzodinma didn't say that. He's neither, an APC chieftain. He's not from Edo State. And why would he say that? He attributed it to some fake report from, a New York company and saying that, it was not part of what Hope Uzodinma had said, that he didn't reject it, which hopefully that's true.
Hopefully, indeed.
Yes.
Because it would be so unfortunate if he were to have made that kind of comment, considering the fact that there was a lot of public sympathy towards Ihedioha when he was ousted by the Supreme Court. It would be extremely uncharitable and flying in the face of President Buhari's advice to Obaseki to be magnanimous in victory. If Hope Uzodinma, who was victorious in the Supreme Court, would not show a similar magnanimity by trying to rub in his victory and, give this kind of advice to other people. A lot of people were offended by the fact that the Supreme Court handed him the election when he came forth on the day of the polling. And really, we have to stop acting like a republic. We're supposed to be a democracy. It's the voice of the people that counts. You cannot fake the outpouring. You just showed this victory lap and all the crowd. You can't fake that. It's a popular decision. The people are happy that their governor was re-elected. I think we should leave it there.
Well, the only people who matter in all of this are the people of Edo State. And the people of Edo State have spoken. And from the post-election reaction that we have seen, they've been very jubilant about the outcome of the election that took place in Edo State on September 19. We've seen very impressive pictures of pensioners dancing and praising Governor Obaseki as a man who cleared the backlog of arrears of their pensions. We have seen old people. There's the picture that the governor referred to of an old woman who had to be carried to the polling station by her grandson. And she was saying in the video that has now gone viral that she must vote for Obaseki. Now, you may say that is propaganda, some people claim, but at least that's the evidence that is out there. And even the video that you have shown and the peace that has followed the electoral process shows indeed that the people of Edo State, the 25.2% of the registered voters who turned out, shows that they are happy with the outcome. And everyone is happy that the mayhem, the bloodshed that was predicted did not happen. Now, good news, now that you have informed us that the press secretary to Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, has disclaimed the statement that was attributed to him. Because if indeed he made that statement, then that will have been a busybody action because he has no bona fide in the matter in Edo State. He is not the chairman of the interim chairman of the APC. He was not the leader of the APC campaign delegation. It was Governor Ganduje who led the APC delegation. But we understand that he himself was on the ground. Apparently he was not too busy in Imo State, and he thought he had to go to Edo State to help monitor help monitor ballot boxes. Of course, he was not the only busybody governor that relocated to Edo State. And the last person we spoke with was complaining about this, the conduct of the political elite. Our governors are not busy enough. It's not that they don't have the right to express themselves. That is guaranteed under the Constitution. But all this busybody up and down that they do during election time, I think they should be advised not to do so. And indeed, whoever crafted the statement about, we will win at the Supreme Court, I said earlier, that's presumptuous. That kind of audacity is offensive, it's contemptuous of the Supreme Court. But of course, whoever crafted that, attributing it to Hope Uzodinma, must have had at the back of his mind that this is a Supreme Court governor, as he's otherwise called. But we go with the disclaimer, or whether it was a refutal or whatever it is, and we'll let the matter rest at that level. And we hope that no other governor will come forward in a busybody, meddlesome manner to make statements, to intervene in a process in which they have no bona fide rights.
Right. Rufai, your comment, quickly.
So this is about the Edo people. It's supposed to be about the Edo people, but I'm shocked. But you see, somebody sent me a long message this morning and was telling me the antecedents that he said, I'm happy about Governor Obaseki's victory, but he just hopes one pastor does not come out to predict. Because once that pastor predicts, the Supreme Court follow what the pastor predicts, and we know how it goes in this country. On the lighter side.
I did see that note.
So let's just pray that we don't have a prediction. But it shows how appalling. If that happens, I don't pray it happens. See the video you showed us, Oji. That's a popular decision. I'm sorry to say this. The last time I saw this kind of outpour, maybe it was during the time of Tundu's father for a candidate. I am serious.
MKO.
That's the last time I saw a type of outcome like that.
It was beautiful.
Outpour like that. You can see people. You can't rent this crowd. You can't rent this crowd. Let's call a spade a spade. You can't rent that crowd we are seeing. Having a victory parade, people cheering. Look at the streets all blocked with people, human heads everywhere. And let's let this be. I mean, we should get to a stage in this country where we should truly accept what has happened at the polling units. Not going to the Supreme Court every time, because we desecrate our Supreme Court. We don't even respect our Supreme Court again. That's what it means. And I don't know why politicians are doing this. Please, I hope it doesn't happen. But it is Nigeria. There's an antecedent to it. So we are just praying now that a pastor doesn't come out to predict now. Because if he predicts, I know there's fire on the mountain.
The pastors already spoke before the election. And I know there are one or two pastors who predicted that Obaseki was going to win.
Okay.
So pastor, don't be surprised when you see stories say, oh, this is a very effective pastor. When he speaks, it comes to pass. That's part of the racket for pastors.
Racket.
Watch out for that story. You stumble on it, I'm sure.
Well, still on reactions from the Edo election, a daughter to the governor of Kano State, Fatima Ganduje Ajimobi, has reacted to criticism targeted at her father after he failed to secure victory for the All Progressive Congress in Edo State. While reacting through a tweet, Fatima said her father is one of the few elected officers who are actually implementing projects in Nigeria. She urged Nigerians to concentrate on his achievements rather than criticizing him. The governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, who was the head of the All Progressive Congress campaign committee in Edo State, has become a target of ridicule after he failed to retire Obaseki's political career and sent Governor Wike, the head of the PDP campaign committee, into isolation as he threatened. Well, let's take a quick playback of that video before we come back for a discussion.
First of all, we know PDP made Wike their chairman. I assure you, we will isolate Wike in an isolation center. Yes. And before he recovers, the election is over.
Do you remember this video? It was quite, sensitive when it came out. People were like, I mean, why is he talking about the isolation center and all of that stuff? I thought I should play that back for people to see. But, Fatima has really come under fire on social media. It's brought up a huge debate about people asking, really, what has your father done in Kano State? People are accusing, especially now, with the whole issue of the sentencing of the Kano musician, for blasphemy. And people are really upset with that situation, as well as him being instrumental in removing the former emir of the state as well. So
Kano, second Kano.
Yes.
Muhammadu Sanusi II.
Lamido Sanusi II, correct. So, a lot of people have berated her on social media. But I think it's quite sensitive and people should just let this matter lie low. I mean, it's enough already that, people are... I mean, she's sensitive. She's upset about the situation and she's come out to talk about it. And I think people should just let it be.
I think it's quite touching, her filial loyalty, but misplaced or maybe misexpressed. If you're a bit upset, you can pick up the phone and have a rant to your friends or your family members. I don't see why she had to post that because, like I keep saying, is this really a democracy or not? Are we just a republic? Because if it's a democracy, Nigerians do have the right to make comments if they do want to. Obviously, the manner in which some of those comments come across might be quite hurtful to her, but my only prayer at this point is that may our actions make it easy for our children to defend us if the need ever arises.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with a daughter defending the father. It's a natural thing. I mean, did you expect that Fatima Ganduje will criticize Governor Ganduje?
But can I just ask,
yes.
When Ganduje trounced at the polls against the Kwankwasia, I'm sure his people were mocking them. Did she have a problem with that? This is politics. This is why I think there's no need to go on Twitter. It's politics. It's not personal. They're going to be jibes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure as the daughter of a politician, she understands that. But we've also seen the children of other politicians also defending their parents. I mean, there's a boy who is very active on social media, Bello El Rufai. Each time anybody criticizes the dad, he steps forward and he defends his dad. So I don't have a problem with that. Otherwise, we will have been asking questions about their DNA. So that's fine by me. She can defend her father, and other people also have the right to also raise questions. And she's not even in a position; she doesn't have the powers to shut anybody down. She will express herself. Other people would also present their opinion. And I think it's healthy for the conversation. But my concern about some of these political actors that, had a lot of stake in their own reckoning in Edo State, I hope, they are checking some of them for depression because, they didn't expect, obviously, to lose. We have not heard from Comrade Adams Oshomole. I hope people are in touch with him because what happened, the major loss that he suffered, which is Obaseki's gain, is enough to drive up somebody's blood pressure. So I hope that family members will help, pay attention and make sure that nobody goes into depression as a result of an election in Edo State.
Rufai, please, your comment.
Defender, Office of the Public Defender.
Oh, goodness me.
Office of the Public Defender. You see, I'm stunned when I see things like this. I mean, what do you expect? People will come after you now. So there's no point replying. Things like this, you just look off. The Office of the Public Defender, you can't, even your father self will defend himself where he ought to defend himself. I mean, it's politics. All is fair in this game. You win some. If you had won the same, just flip the tide. If APC had won, goodness me, you know what Governor Ganduje will have been saying to others too?
Exactly.
So flip the tide. You win some, you lose some. And like you said, for Adams Oshomole, I'm sure he will bounce back. It's politics, and there's no hard things to it. He will reinvent himself. I mean, a lot of people thought, after he was governor for 8 years in Edo State, what will he do next? Voila, became the party chairman. You never know what's in the offing for him. One thing I've learned over the years, I don't write off a politician. A politician will always bounce back. And you see, politicians are moved by the energizer bunny of ambition. And as long as they have it, everything will happen. So they will cool off after this. Everybody will calm down. Those that are out of the isolation center will come out. Those that went to the isolation center will come out. Everybody will be COVID negative. And we'll move on.
Exactly. And can we all just stop? Can politicians just stop using such inflammatory language while campaigning? For me, that's the real issue here. They need to tone it down.
Yes. Well, we'll take our final story on the sports. I've been trying to take the story over the weekend. The announcement of Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo making history as the third player in the NBA to win the Most Valuable Player and Defensive Player of the Year award generated a debate in the sports world and among Nigerians on social media. The 25-year-old, who was born in Greece to Nigerian parents, now joins Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon as the only players in the NBA history to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year award in the same season. Well, let's take a quick look at some of the highlights before we come back for a discussion.
Look at the growth of this guy's game over the course of the years he's been in the league. Picked number 15 back in 2013.
Are you going to be more offense or defense?
I'll be both. Giannis is going to get votes for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. He would be the third in NBA history to win both in the same season. Hakeem Olajuwon and Michael Jordan have done that.
He's absolutely been dominant at both ends of the floor because of his intensity, his passion, his athleticism, and his skill.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reigning MVP.
As explosive as it gets. He's inhuman. Oh my goodness. Spectacular play by Giannis. Oh, rejected. Giannis caught it one-handed and slammed it.
He's such a superstar. One of those people that, Nigerians are so proud of. One of those people the president described as a shining diamond in the sky more recently. It's so amazing to see his achievement. And he's such a great, great team player as well. Recently his rookie card just sold for about $1.82 million. Making it, the highest in history, the NBA history to ever, fetch such an amount of money. Many Nigerians are saying that, when a Nigerian wins, we all want to claim him, obviously because he's from Greece. He was born in Greece to Nigerian parents, but he is fully Nigerian. And we love him. It did generate a lot of debate in the sports world, especially LeBron James when he came out saying that he was, very upset with the decision. Not that, Giannis did not deserve the award, but he just felt like, the voting scheme has changed over time, and he just felt really disappointed.
I don't want to hear any of
Yes.
that. I just want all the plaudits to go to our Nigerian son in whom we're so proud. Obviously, yes, he is Greek, but he's also Nigerian.
Yes.
And I love the fact that he's been described as the greatest Greek athlete of all time.
Yeah.
And he's one of us. That's
He
amazing.
is one of us. And you know, the other person is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yes.
I mean, isn't it so fantastic?
We're amazing.
I mean, we really are.
Well, full names, Giannis, Shino, Ugo,
I knew you were going there.
Adetokunbo.
It's Ugo.
Ugo, yes.
Ugo.
His mom, Veronica, was Igbo. His father, Charles, was Yoruba. So, and he himself got the Nigerian passport in 2015. And he still hopes that he will visit home. He would like to identify with his roots.
Yes.
And we hope that someday, when COVID-19 goes, that he will come home and identify fully using his Nigerian passport. So he's known as the Greek freak, but he's as Greek as he's Nigerian. So this one, I'm not going to bring up the criticism that, we just claim people when they do well, even when we have not invested in them. But, I mean, he has been able to achieve a lot within a short period of time. He's just 25. And he's already rated among the greats in basketball. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, whom he met in South Africa, and who was quite impressed with him. What is special about him is speed, his size, his ball handling skills, and what he's been able to do back-to-back. He's one of the 12 players to have won the most valuable player back-to-back in consecutive seasons.
Yes.
And what is even more remarkable about this year is that he was ahead of LeBron James. 100 judges rated him higher, better than LeBron James.
And
so don't blame LeBron James if he feels upset. Even James Harden of Houston Rockets, he also managed to stay ahead of him. So we have here another phenomenon that has emerged, and we're very glad and excited that Nigerian blood, 100%, runs in his veins.
You're right with that one.
So congratulations.
In fact, let me just say this as we wrap up. Nigerians know how to pepper them anyway. Pepper them.
He's one of ours.
In science, we pepper them.
On
In
that-
sports, we pepper them.
On that-
Every area, we pepper them.
And every morning, OG of international superstar peppers them.
OG is the leader. She's the leader of the Pepper Dam gang.
Anyway, thank you very much, OG.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.